No.
Okay, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So in space planning, there's only kind of two options for us, right? We either have the needs and then we have create the space around the needs, like with an architect, or we already have existing space and we're trying to take the needs and fit it into the space. Does that make sense? So we either have a box, like in your project, you already have a box, and now you ask me for my needs, and I'm saying this is what I need you to do in this box. Does that make sense? And then you need to come back to me and say, yes, this is doable in the box, and this is how we're gonna do it, or it's not doable in this box, and so we need to renegotiate either the needs or the box. Make sense? If we start from scratch, then we need to know how to run the numbers to give them the answer as to what is the minimum amount of space needed for their needs. Now, how do we do that? Anybody? How would we do that? If somebody said, I need, let's say I need a living room and a dining room that will seat 10 people.
Do you have like?
What is the size of the space? Like I gave you a bedroom. How do I determine the size of the dining room, living room that would be not so much that we're overestimating, because every square foot somebody has to pay a lot of money for, right?
Yeah.
Right? The bigger square foot. Do you pay more rent if it's bigger apartment?
Yes.
Do you pay more mortgage if you're buying a bigger house,
Yes.
right? So every square foot costs you not only to build but to monthly. So we don't want to overestimate just, we just let's go big. But we don't want to underestimate, because then people can't fit the stuff in. So how do we do it just so?
Do we have standards, like standard measurements?
We do have standard measurements. So how do we do it? I'll give you the measurements. If you ask me for the measurement, I'll give you the measurement. But how do we do it? Do it. Like right now, if I said I need a dining room, living room, dining room,
We gotta measure what, we need to know the measurements of the furniture.
I'll give you the answers to that. So tell me what do I do first? What do you do? I'll give you the answers if you ask me the right
Create a
questions.
floor plan.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
We need to
Tell me
find
the
out
first
how
step.
big the room is.
You're telling me how big the room is.
We need to find out like what you need in the room.
Very
So then
good,
we can determine
very
how
good.
big.
So the first thing we need is we need a list of what do we need in the room. So, very good. So we're gonna need a grocery list essentially. If we're gonna make a meal, let's do a grocery list. So the first grocery list is what? What do we need? But remember, we're not just doing the furniture, we're doing the space. So the question becomes, do we need a fireplace in the living room? Do people like fireplaces in their living room? Yes? Okay, so fireplace, got it. Do we want a TV? Most people, if we're doing it in general, TV, okay. Do we need storage, like a bookshelves or a display, Yes. Bookshelves, okay. Bookshelves, okay. What else do we need? Couches, okay. So if we're seating 10 people, we need maybe
A
2
sectional
couches
or a
or
sectional.
sectional. Okay, so 2 couches, I can't spell, sectional, and maybe let's add 2 chairs, or 1 if it's a sectional, 1 chair, right? Like extra seating. Okay, 6. What else?
Tables.
Coffee tables or end tables. Yep. Coffee table, 7 end tables or sofa table. Okay? Anything else?
Somewhere to put their stuff.
Lighting.
Well, that's it. That's somewhere to put stuff, somewhere to store stuff. What else do we need?
Lighting.
Lighting. Okay, but lighting is going to be on top of something or hanging. Okay, what else?
Area rug. I don't know.
Okay,
So this
and
is
rug
for
is
this, hold on, I'm sorry, this is just for the living room.
correct. See, we're
Okay.
not done. So what else do we need? We need dining room
Maybe
stuff,
we
too.
might need a TV stand if it's not
Well,
above
TV,
the
yes,
fireplace.
TV with something, with
Okay.
stuff, yes. That's what I meant. TV has to go with
Okay.
something. Okay. What else do we need?
Radio.
I love you. You were with me in the 366 range. Okay, so this is our living room, right? But then we still need dining room stuff. What do we need?
Oh.
Table.
Table,
Oh.
but not only table, you need to write down for 10 people,
What
Alright.
did you say?
okay? And I'll tell you the sizes. I'll give you that information, you don't have to look it up, although you could look it up. Okay, 9, we need, with table, we need chairs. Okay, chairs, right? And we need 10 of them, right? What else do we need in the dining room? Do we want a buffet?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Okay,
Chairs,
buffet.
10 people.
Okay, let's say this is our list. Pretty extensive, we did well.
Okay.
No accessories, cause that, we're just gonna
We just
shove it
said it.
everywhere on here, right? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Now what do? We got our list, next.
I think now you need the dimensions of what it is that's going in that room. If you're gonna get a section, you
Okay.
need to know how big it's gonna be.
All right, so I'll give you the dimensions, okay, so let's say we have the dimensions on here, I'll
Okay.
give you that. What else do we need?
Money.
No, we're designing, we don't need money
Oh,
yet.
okay.
They need money, we need to tell them. What do we do second, next step? Okay, okay, floor plan, yes, but so what I'm gonna do? How am I gonna know what size the floor plan is? How am I gonna do that?
Measure the room?
There's no room, we're designing the room.
I feel like we need to know the style and,
Now, style doesn't matter, because again, we can put these in whatever style we want.
but like she was saying, like the floor plan, like the layout of how we want.
Yes, we do, but my question is, how do we start? So let me show you.
Drawbox.
Remember how I showed you over there when I was designing? We're gonna do 2 lines. We have to have a start. And then we're gonna run the numbers in this direction and add them up. And we're gonna run the numbers in this direction and add them up. Do you all understand?
Okay.
So let's start with our first thing, a fireplace. So the fireplaces are usually built out. If you guys drive around, do you see how the fireplaces, that the wood burning one, they stick out on the outside, right?
Okay.
So on the inside, all you have is an opening. So that doesn't really use up inside space, right? Unless
Oh,
it's a different
okay,
type of
gotcha.
fireplace. Do you all understand? It's on the
Yeah.
outside. But we usually want a mantle and or hearth. Would you not agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's start with our 0 here, and we're gonna go in this direction, and and I'm giving you the answers for the feet. So I'm gonna say, let's give it 2 feet, which is quite a bit, it's like that deep, right? But it gives us a place to do a hearth, and above it a mantle that's maybe not that deep, but we can decorate for Christmas or holidays or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 2 feet, and so there's our fireplace, it sticks out 2 feet. And then, because we have a fireplace, why don't we just go ahead and run bookshelves, because 2 feet is, again, remember I had standard, so we can step it back a little bit and even have a bottom, right? So we're gonna run 2 feet all the way across, and that now gives us the fireplace, that's 2 feet, gives us the fireplace, and the TV can go in either here or above. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now we've got fireplace, TV, and bookshelves covered with 2 feet in this direction.
Okay.
Everybody follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we need 2 couches or a sectional and 2 chairs, right? So should I just now, next to my 2 feet, hold on, next to my 2 feet, should I just go ahead and put the couch right there?
No.
No, what's the problem?
The fireplace.
Right,
You're
we
not
need
gonna be
some
able to see the
distance.
TV.
Right,
Right.
so what we need is to have the number from the fireplace or TV to the couch, right? So main egresses is 3 feet. So we're gonna do 3 feet, and that's where we're gonna start our sofa, and then we'll put another sofa, and I need a different pen color. I don't know if I have it. I'm gonna do dotted lines. Oh, no, I do, hold on. Wait, I do. Let's see which one works. All right. So what we're gonna do is, our sectional, that's gonna go like this. So the sectional will go like this, or a couch, and then the chair will go here with the sectional, or we would have 2 chairs, let's say 2 chairs right here for this, or however we wanna do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need to know our distances. So a typical sofa is 7 feet. So we go 3, and now we add 7 more. Does that make sense? A sectional, we add a little bit more, like 3 more feet. And that accommodates if we're here, we have a little bit more for the chair. So we add 3 more feet. Does that make sense? For the sectional. And maybe a little bit more if we needed the distance between, so another foot for the distance if we have chairs versus sectional. Everybody following how I'm running the numbers?
I'm sorry, what is that?
Okay, so we need from here to here 3 feet,
Right,
Because that's
Oh,
the standard.
okay.
that's a standard egress.
right?
Mhm.
We need from here to here 7 feet because that's an average couch. Might be bigger, might be smaller, but we're just doing averages for now. But the reason we added 3 is because if we do a sectional, the
Okay.
sectional is longer because it turns. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we added 3 more feet. But because if we want to have them have an alternative thing of couches and 2 chairs here versus a sectional and 1 chair here, we need another foot because we need the distance between this sofa and the chair. Does that make sense? So overall, do you see the numbers? So 3 for egress, 7 for couch, 10, I'm sorry, for sectional, and 1 for the distance if it's chairs. Everybody so far with me? Okay. And then if I want a coffee table, it doesn't matter for us in this direction. Does that make sense? Because it's already accommodated. Do you all understand why? Because it's in front of the sofa, so we don't need to add numbers to this line. Everybody clear? It might matter in this line, but it doesn't matter this way. Does that make sense? We
Yeah.
can have, 2 coffee,
you'll be
however we
using
want to
the
do it.
space versus
And if,
making
and if we
space.
put a table between these 2 chairs, it doesn't take up more space. And if we put a sofa table behind here, there's no more space this way. No more numbers needed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now we have coffee tables, couches or sectionals, the chairs and the coffee table, and the end tables and the sofa table covered. Do you all see that? Are we
Yes.
done?
No.
Why not? What do we need?
The table.
The table and the chairs. Can I just go ahead and put the table right there?
No,
Why not?
it's gonna be too big.
Why can't I put the table right here?
Too big?
I
Is your
didn't
room
give you the
that big?
dimensions yet. Why can't I put the table over here?
It's weird.
What else do I need?
Another egress.
I need another walkway.
Oh, yeah,
Do I not need another walkway? So then, do I put 3 feet here?
yeah.
No, because what is gonna be at the table? The chairs.
Mm.
So we have to be able to pull up. So we're gonna go 4 feet at least, and then we'll start the table, right? So then I'm gonna do the table, then I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 10, right? I did 10, correct? Because that's what we need, right? So if I do 4 feet and I put a chair that's pulled in, when it's pulled in, I have 3 feet of egress. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Pretty much, probably slightly more. But when I pull out, I still have enough to walk back there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So 4 feet. Now we need to know the distance of the table, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, are we gonna have a home style type of eating where you serve on the table and then you need still a space on each side for the plates, right? So if that's the case, let's do 4 feet, right? But you can look at your tables. So we have another 4 feet, and then we need another, at least, how much? Because we need to be able to have the chair and pull out. So if we have 3, we need another 4. Does that make sense?
Oh.
So we need 4 if we have a wall. Does that make sense?
Oh.
But if we put a buffet on it,
Oh.
then we need another, how deep the buffets are. I don't think they're, I mean, we could do 2 feet, but
I would
I'm
say
saying minimum, let's do 1.5 feet, but let's do 2.
2, just. to
Two,
be-
just, we're gonna push it slightly over. We're doing minimums, by the way. Can we give it more space? Absolutely. Remember, more space better sometimes, but paying for more space not always wanted, right? So we'll go
So-
2. Okay, now we can run the wall, right? Because now we have the buffet, whatever, and then we
Okay,
have to
I'm
do.
sorry. The
Okay.
4, between the
4
one.
is the 3 to move around and
Walk around.
1 to pull out.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we just need to add the numbers. So we have 2, 5, 10, 12 feet, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 28, 29, 30. So do you see how we can come back to our client and say 30 feet is a good number to meet all your needs? Are we done? Are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's it?
No.
Where's the problem?
We don't know, I don't know.
Windows.
Yeah, windows, doors, access points.
Can you draw a 30-foot room by what?
Oh, it needs a width. I mean, like,
Right?
Yeah.
Don't we need to run the numbers this way?
Yeah.
It's gonna be 30 by what? We have to do the same thing. Yes, so this is our 0 going this way. We need how much between here and the sofa table? Now you guys do it for me.
3.
Very good. The size of the sofa table is what?
1 foot.
1 foot, okay? And this is 3 feet, I'm gonna tell you that. The distance usually is 3 feet, the seated side. Then the question becomes, how far off do we need the coffee table from the sofa?
The standard, whatever that.
What is it? I'm asking. 2?
3.
3? Okay?
I think.
So if I'm looking on the floor, do you see these boxes are about a foot? Do you see that?
Mhm.
So if it's 2 feet, I'm right here. So if I'm seated right here, and that's my coffee table.
So 1.5.
Still too far.
1.
So I'm not walking here. Does that make sense?
Right.
So about a foot is
Foot.
plenty.
Okay.
And some people, like my husband, is tall and he wants to put his feet on it. My table is on wheels. My previous coffee table was very light, so you could move it easily. Because I sometimes sit cross-legged and I want to pull it in because I know what I mean?
Right.
And he wants to put his feet. So you got to understand the people that you're dealing with. But when you see Pinterest stuff and they have all these seating and the coffee table is in the middle and it's like 2.5 feet away, who is using that coffee table?
Right.
Nobody.
Who is using that coffee table? Are there 7-foot people walking around? Come on now. Where are your coffee tables in your house when you get back?
Mine is right there.
Just 1 foot.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so gotta think about that. Okay, so we're gonna give it 1 foot, right? Then the coffee table, whatever size you want. So let's give it what? 2 feet? Okay, we'll give it 2 feet minimum. Okay, 2. Then we need what?
1,
1 again. And then what do we need again?
3,
3. And then if we have nothing behind there,
3.
we need another 3. That's the minimum to the next wall because we need to traverse this whole thing. So now we add this up, right? And we go through, let's see, we go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we need a room that's 17 feet by 30 feet. Does that make sense? Oops, 30 feet. Are we done? Are we sure that that's all we need? Are we done?
I think so.
We need the height now.
Yes, we do need the height, but are we done on the floor plan?
Yes.
Are we done on the floor plan?
No.
Why
You
not?
still need windows.
No, not that. Are we done with determining our feet? Because the windows are gonna be in the walls. So
The
that's
inches?
outside of our thing for now.
No.
Why are we not done? You're right, we're not done with making sure that 30 and 17 is the right numbers, but why? Did we run the dining room? We have to do it on the other side, because this is a separate room. The living room, we did both ways, but the dining room, we only did this way. Do we know if this way we can seat 10 people?
Oh. We just assumed that you got the 10.
You know what happens when you assume?
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah, but, okay, so my question is this. Well, my question is that one whole room, or are they two
You know
separate?
what?
They're one space,
They're one space.
but they're gonna function as two separate functions. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right, I understand
So
that.
since we have an open floor plan here is what we're doing, and they're asking us, our clients are saying, we need a living room, dining room that can seat 10 people.
Okay.
We need to do this.
So you it's saying it's possible that 17
Team is not the right number.
wide enough for a
Yeah,
the table
if
to be
it's,
turned the
if
other
it's
way.
bigger, it's okay. But if it's not bigger, then we might be saying, yes, 17, we're done, and they go put that the table for 10 people, and all of a sudden, it's not enough space because you forgot to do that side of the equation.
Also,
Do you all
when we
understand?
need a rectangular space, you actually need a L space.
No, it's not the space that changes. We just need to run the numbers to see if the table for 10 will fit. If the standard table for 10 will fit 17 feet. Do we want to go try that now?
Yeah. So we got.
Do you all understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
3 feet from the wall. Okay, I'm ready.
So let's do it. We're gonna go 0.
Uh-huh.
There's our 0. And then we need 3 feet from here to the table, and the chair can pull out. But that's okay, right? So we need 3 feet. 3 feet, okay? Well, I should go like this. Okay, 3 feet. Then you need to ask yourself, how wide is this table? So we already made it 4 this way, so this person can sit. But now you need to know how much space is the minimum requirement for each person, and the answer is 2 feet. So the table needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, plus a little bit more because those people will need their plate. So 4 times 2 is what?
8.
8, but we'll make it 10, right?
Okay.
So for 10 people, we need 10 feet. So we go 3 and we go to 10, right? So now 10. Then we need a chair to pull out and 3 more feet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we got another 3. So now we add it up. 3 plus 10 plus 3 is?
16.
So is 17 by 30 good enough? The answer is yes. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that was 16. So 17 is a bigger number, we're good to go. But if we didn't do this,
We wouldn't know.
we would not know.
And it could be like 20. and we
It could be
need-
20 and then we would have had to expand.
Right, gotcha.
And then we would have had more space there, which is okay, but we would have not run out of space.
Right,
Do you all understand space planning?
yes.
That was good. Grocery list first. You gotta know what we're putting in. Can't make a meal without it. Thank you.